Let's see where I'm at. Oh, okay, that's cool.
This shit is crazy. The following
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was horn. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bar, back the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog needs slop Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
Limousine, and every time I'm seen, I got to be clean.
Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money.
It's going down like this, motherfucker.
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and
Joe Beach. He looked down, seen his feet. The nigga went berserk, killed the monkey, threw the bat out the window, start kicking that bitch in the air.
Turn it on. All right. I'll go. I'll go because the people on Facebook ain't gonna be able to hear me. What's happening? Oh man, I'm super loud. Let me turn it down. Okay, that's probably better. I don't know how Facebook is gonna hear me too much. I'm doing vertical streaming on Facebook too, so I don't know how well people can hear me whenever they see this, how live. But want to come on here, and it's the full moon, and I like to come and do a little full moon work. How am I gonna do this? God, I forgot about that. Oh, I guess I can just switch up with my glass. Yeah, that will work. All right, since is the full moon, and the full moon is a time of clarification, cleansing, And then what's interesting about this full moon, the moon is in Aquarius. I'm a water sign, I'm a Cancer, so the moon is in Aquarius, and we have the moon is very close to Saturn, so you probably feel a little bit of both kind of energies. But let's just start with a little bit of cleansing. Ooh, that's pretty high. Why is your lighter so high? When I get my geek on. That's what this crackhead I do told this woman. Oh. So we go to the east, to the north, to the west, to the south, above, below, and the center. Cleanse myself. Cleanse myself. Oh. Oh. Why? Why? Why did it end? Not quite sure why it ended. Okay. All right, let's start again on here. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Whoa. Did that what it said? That's crazy. Says that little bit I just did goes against their community standards. And I didn't even do anything. Let's see how I get out of this. Restart phone. So, oh well. Now I got a little Palo Alto. Give the wood a little cleanse with the wood. You know, the sage is for the grass and this is for the wood, which we live in. We still live in tree houses. You know, I've said that many, many times. That smells good. I see PJ's in the house, so thank you. No, James Gant, he said first, so he's in the house. Thank you, James Gant. We got PJ Allen. And we got James 3224. Hey, PJ, did you... Oh, Jamar, excuse me, Jamar. I ain't got my glasses on. Jamar 3224, excuse me. PJ, did you get the new Broncos jerseys? I kind of like them. I kind of like the new Broncos jerseys. Let's try it again. I just touched it. Okay. Did you get the new Broncos jerseys? All right, we're going to try this again. Okay. Because I kind of like the new Broncos jerseys. I don't know if you liked them or not, but I wanted to see if you like the new Broncos jerseys. And the Twins got their butt kicked again tonight, but the race is tight. They lost to San Diego 5-2. And I don't know what I missed, but I missed their first run. I do not know how I missed it, but I missed. Oh, not yet. I was deliberating which one I was going to get. Okay. Yeah. I kind of like them. I actually kind of like them. So I was wondering, I was thinking about you the other day. I meant to text you and stuff and mess around and didn't because that's what I wanted to ask you. I wanted to text you to ask you if you was able to see the jerseys or if you saw that jersey or not. Yeah, there's no real jerseys as far as football. You know, I got a ton of Viking jerseys. The Eagles jersey is a lot of the same. I did get another Eagles hat though. You not like the new Giants joint? Okay, I haven't checked that one out. You said Giants? Yeah, I hadn't seen the Giants New Jerseys. I wonder if I can find that. Oh. Giants. New Jersey. See if I can find that. Oh, yeah, I do kind of like these. Oh, I do kind of like these. Let's see. Now this is okay, Lids. I don't need the jersey tonight, Lids. I don't know. Is this the? I don't know. Is it this? Is this the New Jersey right here? The all blue. It looks more like a T-shirt. So that's what I've found was that one, or is right here? Maybe this one. Is it this one? I think it's this one. This the New Jersey right here? This joint? Yeah, I kind of like that too. Alternate 24 game jersey. Yeah, I kind of like this too. I love blue. I mean, it's got the flag colors in it, but not bad. And one thing, if you noticed about jerseys are made super small and super tight. Hey, Dr. Sinister, thank you for joining. Yeah, jerseys now are made super, super small and super tight. Like even the jerseys you can buy, they're not the old, like a lot of my old throwback jerseys are big and bulky. The new jerseys are not big and bulky. They're tighter, slim fitting. And if you want them bulky, you got to kind of buy them kind of big. And so this one I showed is 49 on here. This is the cheap jersey place. Who is this? Is this the Giants too? Let's see. Men's. I think this is their new joint too. I think this might be an alternative for them as well. I'm still kind of loud. All right, here we go. Yeah, I kind of like these too. New York Giants, Kayvon Trudeau, next Nike Century Red alternative. I kind of like this too. This version is not bad. This goes back to probably the 30s where they put the jerseys like this. The Packers had one kind of similar, if you guys remember. So not bad, not bad, not bad. Yeah, I kind of like that too. Yeah, I don't think I showed my Eagle hat. Now it's back there in the box. I don't have it out. I forgot to bring it out. And you, yeah, that one. Oh, okay. This one. Yeah, this one. Okay. That one. This one. Now I haven't even seen this one in the stores. I haven't even seen this in the stores. Yeah, I like this too. This would go with a lot. This would go with a lot of stuff. So I do like that one too. But jerseys are so tight. Like it's amazing the difference in like my old throwback jerseys compared to the modern jerseys. You get them, they're really form fitting. Even if you get like a triple X or something like that, it's really form fitting. So yeah. But I hope everybody is wonderful. I put out these positive energies for everybody. The full moon is something I take seriously, maybe because I'm a Cancer and stuff. And it's like we are in a summer of change. We are really in a summer of change, and we're in a emotional time. A lot of what people are feeling now is totally emotions. A lot of people are going off emotions. And, it'll end in October where the emotions will go away. But a lot of people are really going on emotions and how they feel about emotions. And my daughter's mother sent me where I guess outside of the Democratic convention, you can get an abortion or you can get your stuff clipped. The men can get their stuff clipped outside of the convention. There's a line where you can get into, and you can go in there outside. You could listen to Carmela's her speeches, and you can get abortion at the same time. Or if it's a man, you can go in there and get your stuff clipped. And I don't know, would you feel well enough to go inside after you had all that done? And it's in a mobile, like a bookmobile. It's in a mobile, where you can get the, what is it called? The mammogram. You know how they got the mobile mammograms? Well, now they got the mobile abortion clinic. So I don't know. And we see that they sacrificed Phil Donahue today. Phil Donahue was 90, I think, yeah. Phil Donahue, they sacrificed him, and he was the one that lost to Oprah. Remember, he was going rolling until Oprah came in. Yeah, here he goes. Yeah, Phil Donahue, 88. So he was 5 years older than my mother. So he dies today, Phil Donahue. And that's old Phil Donahue. Let's see, they got a younger picture of him. Let's see. Oh, wow. And he was married. Now, a lot of y'all wouldn't remember this name, but he was married to Marlo Thomas. Marlo Thomas's daddy was a comedian. Was he a band leader? More of a comedian named Danny Thomas. And she used to have a TV show, and this is old TV, but she used to have a TV show called That Girl. That was her one and only television show she was in. She made a couple cameos through the years, but Donahue had the Klan on people and stuff. So you bet he was one of them first, one of the first, kind of talk show other than the Johnny Carson type. Johnny Carson was all about celebrities. Donahue and Oprah, they were more into, bringing common people and gripes of common people. That kind of deal. Hey, my brother's here and get a free dog. Quiet red face. What's happening? What's happening? Thank you for joining. I hope everything is definitely well with you. We were definitely thinking about you earlier. Dang, Albert Brooks died. I think he died a while ago. You know, I'll be getting into the morbid news. Oh. So, and who else did I just catch? Well, we remember Famous Amos. And Famous Amos is a very good economic lesson. Because Famous Amos is what he did is he sold so many shares that he ended up selling all of his cookies. And so people, he even sold his name and likeness away. So remember, he had to come back and make his cookies called Uncle No Name, but he just passed as well. I know that was maybe a couple days ago, but he passed as well. Uncle No Name. Here he is, Wally Amos. Yeah, remember him? Man, where'd he get this ugly hat from? But this is Wally Amos. He died a day or two ago. And, you know, he leveraged out, you know, the lesson you learn from him is you just don't keep borrowing money to get your idea going. And then you turn around, you done sold so much stock that, again, you've sold more than, you know, what you don't own it anymore. And so that's the lesson to learn from him. And plus them little hard cookies, I never understood it. You know, those little hard cookies. I had a tin one time of Famous Amos. The tin. So I don't know. It's to each his own. And I don't know who this cat is. Maybe y'all, the wrestlers, know this cat. This cat is WWE Hall of Famer Alpha. I know dies. He was a wrestler. I wonder what name he went by. So is he related to dude or what? So this cat died. Guess he was an old time wrestler. Oh, he's the uncle of Roman Reigns. Okay, so that's why he's in the picture. Okay. And just like The Rock, you know, had family come in and, you know, he continued what his father had did. You know, for those of you who didn't know, Rocky Johnson was The Rock's dad. So, you know, let them rest. And it's funny, like with the politics thing, you know, I just like messing with people. Hey, Liquid Fire, thank you for coming. I don't take none of it emotionally. I just like debating, and I'll debate that. I'll debate just about anything. So it's no big deal to me. I don't care who wins or loses. The one thing that kind of gets me is I feel that a certain side is disingenuous. Trump is who he is, and you don't have to make excuses. You see the other side constantly making excuses. You know, you have a woman that's mama and daddy, both Hindus, but yet she wants to portray a certain culture. So, hey, Jeffrey Lane, what's happening? The Batman is back. Well, it's a couple. I saw that's coming back. And so that's my only thought is like you have a person that's disingenuous. So what else are they being disingenuous about? You dig? And that's my thing with it. James, Olympic chick said Olympic chick died. She was 50, said she choked on seafood. Let's see. I don't think I found her. Olympic chick. Let's see. I don't see her. I need to know Olympic chick's name. I don't see her. I don't see her at all. Huh. Yeah, I don't see her. Let's see if this will bring her back up. No, doesn't appear to bring her back up. Oh, and about the chick for the Olympics, the chick says she ain't giving her medal back, which I don't blame her. I wouldn't give it back either. I'd be like, screw you. You done gave it to me. I'm out the country. You're not getting it back. And especially if she's not going to be in the next Olympics, which is 4 years. So I don't know how old the young lady is, but it's, it's all kind of bogus anyway. It's all kind of bogus anyway. Shelley Duvall. Okay, I know she passed a while ago. So Reagan, she choked on some food. Wow, that's what they said about Mama Cass. Do y'all remember who Mama Cass was? She sang with the Mama and Papas. There was always a rumor that she had ate a sandwich and she choked on a sandwich. She was kind of a heavier woman, but that's what they said when she choked on a sandwich. Yeah, that Olympic stuff with the breakdancing, and I must have to put Quantum of Science's idea of the breakdancing was she was bad on purpose. She went to the Olympics to destroy breakdancing. So she purposely was in the Olympics to destroy breakdancing. And so that's real. She went there to destroy it. She was bad on purpose. You saw she disqualified all the people that was better than her. She is funny. I want to see the hula hooping. Hula hooping. Oh, they're supposed to, and they already said that the pros want to play flag football in the Olympics. Why? Why would the pros want to play flag football in the Olympics? And now Ice Cube is mad that they wouldn't take the ex-NBA players and let them play in the Olympic 3-on-3. But I like the Olympic rules. I like where, we used to play, you take it back in the corners. Y'all ever play that in half court where you didn't have to take it back up top? You could take it to the corner. They played that. I kind of like that. I used to know that was a kind of a Gary, Indiana, Chicago rule where you could take it back to the corners, because until you got used to it, dudes would get you because, you used to them taking it back up top. That's how we played Michigan. You took it back up top. But I noticed when I started playing in Gary and Chicago, dudes would take it to the corner. So you didn't have to take it up top. You just took it to the corner. She was a ball dancer and became a ballroom. She was a ball dancer, and because ballroom couldn't get into the Olympics, she destroyed breakdancing. Yeah, she destroyed it, and that's what her role was. Didn't matter her scores, didn't matter anything. She destroyed it on purpose. It was on purpose to make it look bad. So needs to Olympics. The World League. I don't know if the NFL. I'm surprised pickleball isn't in it. I'm really surprised pickleball hasn't made it yet. I think there's enough world interest. We have several professional pickleball leagues going. So flag football is going to be interesting though. But I don't see why the pros would want to play it. I don't quite get that. But to each his own. To each his own. But I hope everybody is feeling good. I try to stay positive as I can tonight. Dad, let me see. What is her name? That's a hell of a name. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Daniela. DANDANIELA. Was I that I DANIELA. And what's her last name? Daniello. C. I can barely see it. CH. Is that CHIR? IR. Here we go. Here we go. Well, what's the story? So I'm trying to see where the story is. Concerns between social. Let's see. I can't find anything about. Let's see. Is this the chick right here? This is who's came up. This chick right here. Is anything more against her? Is this her? Daniela Chirani. And so but I don't think, was she in the Olympics? Is this Olympic picture? Huh. It's the right person. I don't know. Daniela Chiani. They're not giving a lot about her. So she passed. Chianis. Is the right person? I don't know. So I guess she passed. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Look up Olympic swimmer getting sick from swimming. I did catch that. Like you had wrote me before, Jeffrey. They paid $1 billion to supposedly fix the river that runs, or the lake. Yeah, I think it's a river that runs out of Paris. Yeah, former Olympic chick. Yeah, former Olympic chick. Swimming in the dirty water. Swimming in that dirty water. Yeah, I saw that where somebody got sick from swimming in the Sorn or whatever it's called. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty nasty. They said they paid $1 billion. What did you do with the $1 billion that you didn't put it in the lake and throw some chemicals in it and it didn't make a difference? Huh? What is that? Where it didn't make a difference? I don't know, guys. I just don't know. Money laundering. Yeah, indeed. Money laundering. Yeah. And it's a lot of that. It's like I said before, look at a furniture store. And go in there and look, but look outside how many cars are there. Like we have a furniture store. No, I'll give you a better example. We have a place here that has them real, real genie in a bottle rugs, them real Persian rugs, them $10,000, $20,000 Persian rugs. How does this place has a brand new build. Well, it's not brand new. It's probably been there, dare say 5-6 years. But like, who buys rugs that cost that much? And so what we see in America, we see a lot of places that launder money. And it seems to be furniture stores is a way that they launder money, is in furniture stores. Because you look into furniture stores, again, how many couches do you sell every day? How many beds do you serve every day? Do you sell every day? But yet you see these places still in business. I go by, like, it's one next to Target. It's I can't even think of what it is. But this place, you never hardly see people there. It's a couple stores like this. During COVID, all them furniture stores stayed open. How? And I told the story about the guy I knew that owned a restaurant, a couple of them. He went out of business. He couldn't make it just doing out-the-door orders. But how do these furniture stores stay open? That's another way that money is being laundered. And the government doesn't seem to crack down on these places at all. I mean, make it make sense. Just drive by a furniture store and count the number of cars. Like right now where I live, I'm surprised they don't call this a miracle mile. I live near one dealer, but he has 3 car lots. Now, the mall that I live closest to is a dead mall. That's, you can watch it on YouTube of the dude who does dead malls. And he shows the mall that's closest to me. But one way that's keeping this mall alive is they are parking this car dealer's car lot. I mean, one side of the mall looks like it's 1,000 people up in there. But it's just, I don't know if it for some reason they're paying for the cars to be in this lot. I mean, it's like, you look at this and you think, who buys cars that often? And I guess if you do time lapse photography, you're going to see cars moving and moving, but it just looks like it's, a parking lot full of cars every day. Like why? Like, why would you need so much surplus of cars? That's another way it appears like money is being laundered. Now, other dealers, they break down on them, again, like I have an in-law that went in there and tried to buy I think her Beamer is a 19. She has a 535. I think it was 19 or 20. But she went in there with straight up, had a check. And they would not let her buy it with cash. She had to finance it for at least 6 months. They would not let her buy it with all that bread. So, hey, Blue Marvel, what's happening? Thank you. Blue Marvel, is that it? Blue Marvel. Looks like fake stores in North Korea. Well, they had a fake town. Also, celebrities did come in, buy a furniture, but that wasn't all the time. Yeah, it's I'm just saying, how many beds and couches get sold a day? And then, okay, the dude, say you sell a couch for $2,000. How far is that $2,000 going into buying more furniture, paying salaries, light bills, internet? I mean, how far can that really go? I don't see that it can go that far. So that seems to be something that, again, it appears like they're laundering money. It just doesn't make sense that these businesses can stay open and yet they're not doing any business. Now we look at it's like Walmart, for instance. Walmart said, what was it, that they lost 3 billion. They lost 3 billion in theft. So they want to close more stores. But if you look at what the money they made, their profit was something like 30 to 50 billion. So you lost 3 billion, but you gained 47, 48 billion. So how does the theft really hurt you? And a lot of the theft you can write off. So make that make sense. Hey, Jody, I see you down there. My cousin Deborah, thank you if you're still watching. It's good to see you. What are you doing up so late? She's in Michigan. I know it's late in Michigan. But thank you for watching. Jody, if you're still watching, thank you for watching. So these are things that we see every day, and we see this allowed. We see these kind of things are allowed, and it just makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder that the government comes down on certain people, but they let other things pass. And it's like, the IRS knows who's doing what. They see the money moving. And of course, it's not hard to cook books, but it just makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder how this is kind of done. And they want to come after. Oh man, did you guys watch on Netflix the Scott Peterson story? Did anybody watch that? The Scott Peterson story on Netflix? That is crazy. Again, for those of you who don't really remember, it's where the cat kills his wife and while she's pregnant, and he's having an affair. First of all, he starts having an affair. The chick he's been kicking it with for 4 or 5 months finds out, and he lies. Like 3 weeks before his wife is dead, he tells the mistress that she's dead. So the mistress goes to the police, and the mistress, is working with the police, and they start recording him. And, he's trying to inch out of it, but it's interesting, the malice that it takes to kill someone. Now, there's a movie it made me think of. There's a movie with Montgomery Clift. I think Montgomery Clift is in this movie, and I don't know if y'all remember who Shelley Winters was. Shelley Winters played, what was the movie? Big Bad Mama or something like that. But these are old time actresses. But anyway, Shelley Winters marries this guy, and the guy convinces her to get in the boat. And so he starts rowing her out, and all is on his mind is he's going to kill this woman he just married by pushing her overboard and drowning her. That's what the Scott Peterson story reminded me of. It's like, how cold-blooded do you have to be to strangle a pregnant woman? Then, like, there was no financial gain for killing her, first of all. I mean, why just leave her? Let her have a baby, just leave her. And the way it appears is like he only put the weights near the bottom of her. Like he didn't put the weights over all her body. And so after the fish ate off all her legs or whatever, she floated to the top because he probably didn't weigh down the whole body. and they had ate like where the baby came out, the fish and stuff ate. And so the baby goes to shore and she goes to shore. Her upper torso goes to shore. But do you know how cold blooded you got to be to do something like this? And it's like the other part is like, why was that so popular? Like that became like the second OJ trial in a lot of ways. And this is 20 years ago. If their child would have lived, their child would have been what, 2021? So it just, you look at like a cold blooded, and I know the jury gave him life, but now no, the jury voted murder, and now they end up giving him, he end up getting life without parole. So I wonder what prison life has been for him this past 20 years, because that's some cold blooded stuff to kill your woman like that, instead of just leaving her, have your baby. And he was just the whole time. It's like, I don't know, my wife end up missing or anybody, I would be, frantic, panicked. And he showed none of that. He was just cool the whole time. He never showed any emotion. The only time he showed any emotion was when it's like the walls was closing in on him. All the people that supported him went away. But the other part is, why did that get so much national attention? Because people kill people all the time and the whole nation don't always hear about it. So it just makes you wonder, like, what was it about that particular story that made people, made the whole country care? And it's funny, like when he got like guilty in the death penalty, people was out there cheering and stuff. I mean, there was nothing like even him getting convicted, there was nothing to cheer about. I mean, it was just a whole sad situation. Elmore Amaru Khan, aka L Does It. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. So I don't know. I found that that's on Netflix, and I found that interesting. I don't know if last time I talked about it, Trapped, maybe I did, but I saw Romulus, Alien Romulus, which is interesting. Wow. Okay, they want to give me 1,000 off on something. But anyway, I did see Romulus, and I want to say the part that I didn't like, the only part that I thought was not cool. Well, the part that I thought, how do I want to say this? I like to see monster movies, and I like to see the monsters go after people. This is a monster movie where the alien basically only killed 3 people. Now, when they go on to the barge, you see that the aliens on the spaceship have killed a bunch of other people, but they didn't show none of that. You only saw one person get sucker faced, and it only killed, I think, 2 other people. So that was kind of interesting. And then it's like, okay, the ship had been up here forever, just hovering around the planet. And how did the aliens, how did they live? How did they live? And then, it was like Prometheus alien, because she shot the black goo in herself. A pregnant woman shoots the black goo in herself. Then she has a baby that looked like the Prometheus people. If you remember, like the aliens Prometheus, how those people look, her baby comes out looking like that, but it's like an alien. It's got the Prometheus head, but it's got the alien body. So I was like, that was interesting. But what's interesting about Prometheus, they call it the engineer when he drinks the black goo and he jumps in. But remember what color that bean is. It's a pasty white bean, so you see what they're trying to show you. You see what they're trying to show you there. So I don't know. My wife didn't really like it. I thought it was interesting. Other people died from different dumb reasons. Yeah, it was weak. It was okay. Yeah, it was okay. I liked it because I like to see the monsters win, but they didn't let that monster really win. And then, and it's the same old story. The monster gets destroyed and 2 people survive. So that was interesting. My wife wants to go see that Lively, what's her name? Lively, the dude that played Deadpool, his wife, she's in a movie. I got a poster back here of her. Oh, and those heads are now the popcorn heads. They're now like what, 60, 70 bucks. And then I didn't know they had another popcorn thing of the sucker face. I guess you had to go to an AMC movie, but those is online. So you can get the popcorn buckets with the sucker face on it. So I didn't get either. And dang, if I'm going to pay that much. The baby scene was crazy and funny. Yeah, the baby scene was a trip. You know, it's like you knew she was pregnant, but she's like, it's like, what did you think was going to happen when you shot yourself? But that scene where she shoots herself with the black goo is a relationship to Prometheus and the black goo of the engineer that supposedly started life on Earth. So that was kind of the connection between the two movies. And Prometheus is mentioned by that little cut up robot. Like they had an android that was all cut up. And so like, yeah, 3 survived. The android survived and the 2 people survived. So I don't know. Um it was okay. I just thought the aliens should have killed more people. That's why I like the aliens, because he just messes people up and it didn't happen. Why did she take the goo again? I don't know. I don't know why she took it. She was dying. I guess that's why she took it, because she knew she was dying. So yeah. And it was a melanated girl that took it too, but the baby came out Prometheus, or at least had the Prometheus head. So to me, that wasn't really, I don't know, that was like lazy writing to me. The screenplay was bland at best. It was bland at best. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. The android from Alien died, and the human woman and the black robot lived. Exactly. Oh, the robot. It's funny. The robot gets smart. He uses. They put the android. They give him like a new program, and all of a sudden he's smart and super strong. But at first he's a little slow. That alien, the android is slow. They make the brother be slow, and then for about a half hour in the movie, he's smart, and then it's like she's like, no, we got to make you normal again. So they take out the smart stuff and make him slow again. Was just horrific. Baby got turned into the creature in her stomach. Well, yeah. They thought, because they call it the black goo, the elixir of life. That's what in Prometheus. If you guys remember what Prometheus, and that's what they're showing you in the beginning. As he takes the black goo, and the engineer takes the black goo, and again starts life on Earth. So, you guys seen the lady that she found that life in America was at least 250,000 years, and how they just stifled her work. She carbon dated it. She saw a society that was functional. She found some cut up camel, because during the saber-tooth era, so cut up camels, because camels were in America first, just like you had woolly mammoths was once in America, the big saber-tooth tigers, but and they discredited her work. And that goes back into, if you guys ever thought about the Smithsonian Institute. The Smithsonian Institute is not for the people. The Smithsonian Institute, it's been proven that they would find relics and then throw them out in the Atlantic Ocean. Destroy relics. Yeah, they would destroy relics. If anything goes against, weirdo Darwin's theory, they would destroy it. And natural selection, all that from Darwin, I mean, that's all some crap. There's no truism in that at all. It's all fantasy. Again, Darwin, the only reason Darwin came into play was because when Napoleon sent them troops down there, and this is the thing about the Arabs. This is the thing about the Arabs and the Turks. They saw no value in that stuff when they took over the country. Remember that? When the Arabs took over Egypt, they saw no value in the pyramids. It wasn't until them British, well, first it was Napoleon. And then they started cataloging stuff. And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we can make money out of this. And then they try to say that that's them. But Darwin, get back to my point about Darwin. Darwin was created because They was going back in the, in Kemet and finding, ancient history. And the Europeans had nothing like this of ancient history. They was going back kings and queens. They did not have any ancient history, so they had to send Darwin out in the woods. And you remember what Darwin was? Darwin was a super weirdo that nobody wanted to work with because he was what's called the master of masturbation. Darwin would be out in the woods just beating it, so nobody wanted to be around in this mug. This is all he would do all day. So look him up. But yeah, so Smithsonian Institute is they've destroyed a lot of history, especially like you get to studying about the giants, the American giants, and it's funny. It's funny what you see what they want to say about the giants, the redhead giants. Do you see how they want to skew history? Do you see how they want to add themselves in? Well, the giants was redhead in America. It was redhead giant. Columbus saw redhead giants. So you see how they want to skew history? Greg B. Bowman, what's happening? Oh, that's one of my Aggie brothers. What's happening? What it says, just horrific, baby. Just it's crazy. Yeah, oh yeah. Study Darwin. Darwin was a super weirdo. He was a super weirdo. I guess I'll show, I always show what gear I got. So I'll get this out the way. So I think last time I was on, I showed the pants to this. And so I had to go to Dick's Sports because Nike was out of this. So I got the pants. Now these is what I like. I mean, these are Jordan pleated. This is a permanent pleat. These are made like pants, almost like baseball pants, how they're made inside. Look at that. Now I got a couple tops to match these. Let me see. The top was, what did I pay for that top? 30, 40 bucks for this top. I don't think I paid 100 for these. I think I paid 70 for these. But these are super nice. They got a button and the fly. I mean, this is Nike stuff. I went to Polo store today and it's like, yeah, I'd rather buy Nike than Polo. And I got a couple tops that match these. And as always, I buy shoes. I buy 3-4 pair. I was out there today and didn't buy any, but I bought these Giannis. These are Giannis 3s. That's what they called. These are Zoom Freak 4s. These are 4 TB's promos. And I like because if you look at the new ones where Wimby shoe is, they have the 2 air pockets here. They have the 2 air pockets. And these were 74 with 40% off. So I think roughly I paid 40 bucks for these, I think. Something like that. And kind of gives a little Travis Scott work with the backward swoosh. I went out there, and a lot of times I just go to the outlet or the Mall of America, and I just walk. I get some walking in. And so this is the latest gear pickup. Oh, but another thing I got this. Oh, that's right. The watch is dying. But I picked this up for $5 at my local. We call them Unique. They're like a Goodwill. But this is an ancient, but this is probably 30s or 40s old. From the 1930s or 40s. Did a little studying. Because of the type of clay in it is why I'm aging it. The year I'm aging it. But and this is Mayan in style, not really Oman or Omic. This is more Mayan in style. So I picked this up. Because you see my collection back there of the Omic stuff. So this is stuff. I love this kind of stuff. And this was $5. I'm seeing things like this $30, $40 on eBay. So I forgot to show that last time. And for the Facebook people, let me see. Oh, that way. This is my Omic collection. If you can see that. That guy there is playing. There we go. He is called, the one standing up there is called, they call it the wrestler, but it's actually a ball player. It's the first representation of a ball player in the history of figures. It's the first time you see a ball player because, again, remember that all ball games was created in the Americas, just like rubber was created in the Americas. So, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Blue. Yeah, thank you. And I haven't even wore those. I got 2 pair of shoes I ain't even wore. Like those. Oh, and what I like about these is they're 13 and a half, which you rarely see. You rarely see in stores 13 and a halves. Now, I know balling on a budget, sometimes he comes in and he showed some 12 and a halves. But I've rarely ever ran into a 13 and a half. And I can wear 13s or 14s. With my insoles, like I said about the Adidas, my 350s, my 700s, and QN, whatever it's called, those run small. Those run small. So if you want them Yeezys, the Yeezys run small. So, they've been a long ride. Yeah, these were produced in, let me see, these are produced, they got the production dates on it. Yeah, these were produced in 22. So no, they're not new. This I don't know if I'm guessing this came from Team Stock. That's what I'm guessing. This came from Team Stock. Some team had it, sent them back for one reason or the other. That's what I'm guessing. So, but I went out there to, I was out at the outlet today, and it was another outfit. I almost bought another outfit, but I was like, and then I saw a pair of New Balance. I think it was 500s, but anyway, they was like $35. So, but they don't have those 90s, 60s. I kind of like those. They're kind of the chunky shoes. So the chunky shoes is kind of nice. So, yeah. So that's kind of what I did today. I think tomorrow I'm going to go out to the Mall of America and get some walking in. Because, like, you walk around each floor, the 3 floors, you get in 3 miles, And then if you double each floor, you're going to get about 6 miles in. So that's what I normally do. I go in there and walk and get some walking in. Yeah, because, I haven't played pickleball since I had the heat stroke, so I ain't been out there. So I gotta find something to do, y'all, because I'm up to like 338 is what when I went to the doctors the other day. So last summer when I played pickleball every day, I was down to 212. So I'm 238, not 238. But last summer this time I was down to 212. So, but I've been scared to go play pickleball since I had the heat stroke. So. Don't, and I wake up most mornings with headaches anyway. So at least I got to drink some coffee, and the coffee kind of takes the headache away. So yeah, so that's my kind of way of trying to stay active, trying to stay fit. I mean, like in general, it's been a long ride till now. Oh, okay, I got you. It reminds me, needs to get myself in peak physical condition for Black Jaguar shape shifting rituals. Indeed, like even tonight, like there's one lady I know, she's here on YouTube or Facebook, and she talks about parasites and things, and really what I think it is more, it's not necessarily parasites, but what happens is we get attachments. We get attachments attached to us. And like the best example I can give you of attachments is remember the Ghostbusters with the women? And when they go into a store, they go into a grocery store, and there's those like ghost demons that's waiting there, and the demons is kind of jumping into each person. Well, now what he was saying is if you don't have, the right mental, the right physical, that's what can happen to you. And especially, you go into some of these places that churches is a prime example where stale spirits can affect you. Mason halls. I mean, there's a lot of places that stale energies that are negative that can attach to you. And so that's why it helps to be mentally and physically strong, because these attachments, and that's where, when you look at the monkey on your back, that's where it can come from. You can truly have the monkey on your back. And as I said before, and I've said many times, is you have to know your own thoughts. As I've said before, I can remember telling my ex-wife that I hated her, but it was like something fed that to me. It was like I was so mad, but I was getting fed all these thoughts. And I look back at it, it wasn't my own thoughts, because I didn't hate her. But I can remember something fed that to me. And that's what happens, with emotions. And that's what, this type of year, the climate we're into is a lot of emotions. Like I got people arguing with me on Facebook, the same argument they had when it was the election before. Their argument is the exact same thing. Their emotions is the exact same emotions. These people ain't hardly said nothing to me in the last 4 years. But all of a sudden I tell them, some things. And all of a sudden it's like, again, you got to defend. Politics becomes like your favorite sports teams with people. I mean, it's almost like that. Oh, we won the election. Okay. How long does that last? How long does that really last? Oh, we did it. Now, there's a sister that I know was on Facebook, and, she was going strong for Trump, and, Trump lost, and she kind of hid. She kind of hid for a while because she went hard. And it's like, I think she took that same kind of embarrassment that my side lost, but it's not really your side. I mean, this is one group that shares power. What do they call crankiosity, when we're ruled by the stupid? When we're ruled by the stupid, it's got electrolytes. That's, it's like we're rude. Like, go to DC now, and there's fences everywhere. What government needs that? How come the government never needed fences all those years? And at first, if for those of you that are old enough, it started when you used to could drive up and down Pennsylvania Avenue. If those of you that remember the Vietnam War, it was protesting right outside on Pennsylvania Avenue. You saw war protesters right outside. Now you can't even drive down Pennsylvania Avenue. And I've said before, it was a turnstile right outside the Oval Office. Like if you parked at the Washington Monument and you wanted to walk over to Smithsonian, you could cut through the White House. Well, not cut through the White House, but you could cut through the side of the White House, and where the turnstile was literally right there where the Oval Office is. This is how it used to be. And again, I'm talking about back in the 80s. But now you go there again, it's like, and the government should be afraid of the people. But remember what Biden said, the people ain't got jets and the people ain't got atom bombs. He was the first president that ever really threatened the people. And then again, people gave him a pass for that. Agent Smith arrives all of a sudden. Oh, definitely, Agent Smith. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's all it is. People picking teams. Yeah, that's it. Arguing over politicians is a very big psyop and smokescreen. Again, it is. Idiosyncrasy. Democrats and Republicans are two parts of the same demonic dragon wings. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Those who vibrate on higher dimensions law don't have lower dimensional problems. That's a good point. It really is. It's like the higher you vibrate, things can't get attached to you because they bounce off of you. Like I mentioned with this room, I have like a lot of protection in this room. The room I sleep in is protected. Like last time I was on here, I told you about that dream I had. And the thing that, the little black thing that wants to attack you called sleep paralysis, it couldn't penetrate the shield that I put up in my bedroom. So it had to come in another way. But it left it, the way it came in is weaker because it couldn't use the full force of its energy to come in there. So it weakened itself to try to fight through my force field. It had to weaken itself. So it's easy for me to just, as I said, laser blast it and get it away from me. And that's what, everything in this room is for. Everything in here works for me. And I've said many times, that's how your house should be set up. Everything in your house should work for you. If you have a picture, you have art, all of it should vibrate and make you vibrate higher. And it's the same way in clothes. I don't have my one card here, but like there's colors every day. There's power colors every day. That's one big part of the Mayan calendar. It tells you, that there's colors that you can wear every day for victory. There's victory colors. It's like some people call it the power suit. Well, again, and remember, like it's like if you wear black, you got to understand when you wear black, black absorbs. That's what black is, an absorber. So, you have to be like, do you want to absorb? Especially if you don't know how to, keep stuff off of you. But that's why sometimes you have to, do you want to wear black and you're trying to get this interview? I mean, what do you want to absorb? So you kind of have to be picky about what you wear sometimes. That's why I don't, break the black up, wear black and something else, because you don't want to absorb so much of, because negative, you can absorb a lot of negative things by the colors you wear. So that's why, it helps to have certain practices, and it helps to have certain protections. Where is it? Whoops, knocked the picture down on my son. All right. Okay. But yeah, stuff like this. Shingite. Shingite. I carry this with me all the time. And it's like, the thing with diamonds, I've said this many, many times about diamonds. Diamonds are amplifiers, but diamonds can amplify negative energy. And so you have to keep that in mind. Like I talked to the doctor. I'm like, you wearing that big ass diamond around all this sickness. But one thing doctors do is they constantly wash their hands, and that's a way to cleanse them. Because certain minerals, certain crystals can hold negative energy, and diamonds is one thing that can hold a negative energy. That's why if you get in a fight with your spouse and you're wearing diamonds, go wash them off, because you don't want that negative energy still there. And that's what happens a lot of times. We get in fights, we get in arguments, and that negative energy just stays there, and it's still eating at you. And you bring it up next week. Well, this and that, this and that, and this and that. And you wonder why it's still bugging you, why it's still eating at you. Because there was nothing that released it. You want to release negative things to you. You want to be able to release them off of you. That's the same thing with attachments. You should have a way that it cut the attachments. And that's why, Zoolites are great for that. This is Danbarite, but all Zoolites are called scrubbers. And that's why it's good to have a scrubber, because you just hold this and ask it, ask it. Now there's stronger ones, Popalite is a little stronger scrubber. Petalite is a much stronger scrubber, but this will actually take that negative stuff off of you. It's not very expensive. It's not very expensive. So just some things that, it's just like the citrine. This is the crystal of fortune. Now, a lot of people say that what you do with this is you put this in the furthest corner of your crib. The furthest corner. Now, let me get it right. You put it the furthest away from your door. So you look at your house and you put this the furthest away from your front door. And that's supposed to bring you fortune. Well, I do it a little differently. I have a big one when you come in. Now, the reason why I do that is when I leave or whoever comes, I want them to have abundance. So when I leave, I want abundance to follow me. I want to, have a little energy of abundance when I come back in. But when people come over, I want them to have a little of that abundance energy. So I keep this. The bigger piece I keep down. Well, it's fatter. It's not really bigger. And so This is how you do your own alchemy. And that's what the collection of crystals, Palo Santo, sweetgrass, sage, that's, it's alchemy. Cooking is alchemy. But this is a kind of spiritual alchemy. You don't have to learn this from a church. You learn this from just your own experience of dealing with this stuff. So there's nothing I can really teach anybody. Because well, my experience would be it's not necessarily going to be your experience. Because there is a lot of people that are cut off from these kind of things. They don't vibrate high enough. They haven't raised their spiritual awareness high enough. So when they feel this, they just feel a shiny piece of glass. It won't share with them. And it's not like these crystals all the time share, but it's like when they do, there's a blue kind of light energy that comes off these that's just, it's dynamite. It's unbelievable when you connect with a crystal. It's unbelievable the way they connect with you. The energy they can give you is a beautiful blue crystal energy. There's nothing really like it that I found. It's really a cool energy that once they connect with you, that they can give you. And again, they can amplify certain things for you too. So, so there's a lot of different things that can give you some abundance, give you, take negative things off of you. So, in the 1980s TV show Thundercats is based on the Olmec black jaguar, shape-shifting, realistic rituals where jaguars. Yeah, even like my experience is moving like a black jaguar, aka a panther. Oh yeah, it's what is that one? It's a horror movie, where they got these European shape shifting, because in the beginning, what is it? The panther has sex with a woman, and but it is it's that one show. What is it called? I think you know what it's called. Blue Marvel, you know what it's called, where in the beginning of the movie this lady's tied up and the panther's walking around, and then the panther and her get it on and they have children. But that goes back into what's called the Yanu Yani. And that was, as he tries to show you in this picture, Starface, he shows you that his first teachings, and that's what's the trip when they try to say that this picture right here comes from he's in a spaceship. Again, that's that European thing that always says that, well, if we didn't do it, it had to come from outer space. These niggas couldn't have did it. That's the way they preach it all the time. There's no way you guys could have did this. So you must have had some help. And the people that helped you look like us. That's what they always come up with. Well, you guys had to have some help with this. Y'all didn't just make this up on your own. You guys couldn't have built that pyramids on your own. You guys couldn't have built that mounds. You must have had an alien. And that's their answer to everything that they can't explain. But anyway, a Yanni is the ultimate. Now it's interesting because as I was saying, and even if you look at this picture, the reason why they're wearing this helmet, as I've explained many, many times, is this is the hero twin. And so when you see all these giant heads, what they're trying to show you is the ball player as the hero twin. That's what the helmet is for. It's the hero twin. So you have the hero twin, but stronger than the hero twins was the Yannis. And the Yannis were definitely shapeshifters. Well, I'll say this, the hero twins were shapeshifters too, because we know that in the Papa Evolve, they turn into monkeys at one point. They have to shapeshift into monkeys to save themselves. So kind of Yanni power, but that's the ultimate. And when you get into the Kukulkan, Khan, again, the man is able to turn into the feathered serpent. Pass through rock, fly into the mountain without no door opening and closing, just being able to go through this solid matter. And that comes from a Yanni. or a Yanu Yani is, if you look at the books, is what they call it. And so this is the sophistication that once existed. And now we see anime and comics that try to copy this. But there were very strong spiritual people that walked this earth at one time that had all kind of abilities. So how long I've been going? I ain't gonna go too much longer. Just wanted to come out here for a minute. Oh, it looks like my mom is watching. I don't know how the sound is because this mic ain't hooked up to that. And I know all the, so Sleepwalkers, Stephen King. Yeah, the cat people star. Yeah, the cat people. Exactly. The cat people. That's it. The cat people. And that's definitely a copy of the Omen, or the Omic is is what it's called. The proper name is Omen. And Omen means rubber areas. It has nothing to do with people. It's an area, the rubber areas. And so when you get it, what is it? Kabaza, Omek, Kabaza, big heads. The Omic big heads is Kabaza, Omen, or Omeka, Kabaza, Omeka. That's what my statue back there says, Kabaza, Omeka, or big heads. But that's commercial. That's the commercial name. But if you find the old stuff, it calls, the first people talks about them, they're called the Omen, not Omek or Omeka. And actually Omeka would probably be a more, a truer name. But again, it talks about an area, doesn't talk about a people. Thank you very much, Blue Marvels. The ancient people that exist outside the Arctic Wall are melanated black people with higher dimensional abilities. Yeah. Rubber areas around the face like a ski mask. Well, what do they say? Fear of a black planet. That's what we saw is, we know the oldest people, and this is what's interesting about if you get into the African thought. We now know that the Davidians came from India and went into, what is that? West Africa? East Africa? Yeah, it went into West Africa. So that thing of out of Africa theory is blown away just by the Davidians. So them saying that, the first people was in Africa and they, no. We can show that people came from other areas and went into Africa. Now, as I was telling the story about 250,000 years being in Americas, and then, we can get into Mu. And again, when they talk about, what is it called? Atlantis, Lemuria. Well, Lemuria was in America. Lemuria is where the Black Hills are. And the idea of Lemuria is when everyone could communicate with each other. And meaning we could talk to the plants, we could talk to the animals, we could talk to the dirt. That's what true Lemurian thought is everything was able to communicate with everything. And again, we didn't need food. The sun was the food, just like a plant. The sun is the food. The air is the food. We didn't have to be parasites and feed off these things. It's like the way we eat cows. Well, if you know anything about Hathor signal is with the cow horns. And so this was the first goddess on the planet, was Hathor. It's female deity. and again, that goes into the Kemetan. So I'll just say the first one that Kemetans. I'll say that. The Kemetans, but that's the female deity. And what do we do to cows? Other countries, they worship their cows. What do? We slaughter them. And I've worked at a slaughterhouse before. I used to work a forklift at a slaughterhouse. Yeah, and they kill them. It's like a cow killed every... I was trying to think how many were killed a shift. I think it was something like 200-300 per 8 hours. And I've told the story before about one dude, all he did is slit the cow's throats. Like first they stun them, They have this big hammer like, and they stun them with it. Then they hang them upside down. Well, some of the cows, that don't knock them out. And then they slit their throats. And there was a dude, he had a beard about this big. And this dude, all he did all day is slit throats. Can you imagine all the energy that's on you when you kill 300 animals in one day? So, and he wouldn't take a shower. Walking Walter, do you think that we wake up from sleep, we bring things back with us where we ever go like different thought forms? Or were you talking about going into different stores? Well, that is an interesting question. It's a good question. And the only way I can say is you more than likely brought that into sleep with you. Because if you feel like something like that came out of that dream, then more than likely it was attached to you when you went into the dream. So far as like say, take sleep paralysis, for example. Sleep paralysis, that is something that's sitting there. It's always there. It's sitting there. But there's things that you do that would attract that, if you understand. There's things that you're doing that would attract the sleep paralysis to you. And so more than likely, you're bringing something with you into the dream, and then it could be attached to you when you come out of the dream. Let me give you my own personal example. It's like, how can I put this? So in my own experience, I think I saw, no, how do I put this? Okay. So there is a female spirit or entity that I think has saved me over and over again. And I would see her in different situations, especially when I have my third eye open and I'm meditating. I would see her. Now, I remember one time I saw her and I had broke through a certain level. And what's funny is she came through like looking like Queen Elizabeth with a giant head, but it was actually her. And she was happy I was able to break through another level. So, so you can have guardian angels, I guess. I don't know if angel is the correct word. So you could have guardians too that would that would have positive, that would be positive for you, not necessarily negative. So to answer your question, could you bring something from the dream out? Again, it's probably attached to you before you go into the dream. It's already attached to you. And that's why it's in the dream. And then if you feel its presence when you come out of it, again, it was attached to you before. That's the best way I can answer that. So, Roger, that's Cuz. What's happening, Cuz? Thank you for watching. You working tonight? That's over 3,000 cows in a month. It's something like that. It was really something like that. The old hag came around you, the aliens, demons, the old hag. No, the thing was very positive. It's funny. What I call a female that was Moo, yeah, it came like I've said, my first really deep spiritual experience, I was saved. Because, I took a hit of acid. It took me, it put me right into the astral plane. And again, I'm 18, 19 years old. I don't know anything about protection. And there was so many negative things that could have attacked me. And this same, that I call Moo, this same energy was there and saved me. Because it's funny now. I don't know if you guys experienced this, but it's the way it will come. It's like you'll see it far off, then it gets closer, then it gets closer. I mean, it's really that kind of thing. Where you first perceive it because you're just out in space, and all of a sudden you see something coming at you, but you see it from a long way, and the next thing you know, you're inside of it. And so that gets to be far out. I prefer the term higher dimensional guardians over angels. Yeah, okay. Yeah, angel is a Eurocentric term. I agree. And I was just adding that just to kind of add something to it. That I agree too. Because angel is also angle. So an angle, you can get trapped into an angle. You can get trapped. It's kind of a block. So that's why I said before, it's like what is taught in America's, what is taught in America is not, see, what they teach in Kemet is to be inside of this. But what we teach in America is you want to be on top of this. You want to be on the terrace. So, and when we see something like this, we can easily put ourselves on top of this. But see, we didn't give them that. Because again, the oldest and the first pyramids are in America. The most pyramids are in the Americas. Started with mounds. And so if you were working with something like this, you would take your consciousness to be on top of it, because that's where the energy is. The energy is not inside of it. You would actually want to be on top of it. That's why you see the American pyramids, there's always a patio or a terrace, as they call it. Woo. I know I'm not going to go too much longer tonight. I don't know. I was going to show, I usually show the meditation. I don't know if I'm going to show it tonight. So if something you guys want me to show, I can show the meditations. Oh. Okay, you suck. Here we go. Here we go. There's a black pyramid in Alaska. I wouldn't doubt that. There's, because they found, and that gets into, the quick freeze too. A lot of the towns look like they, like when the freeze hit, it hit all of a sudden and it locked a lot of things in. So. That's why you see Eskimos up there. And I know they say they don't like those names, but so let's see. Okay. Go into here. So, I don't have to show it, but if anybody wants it, I'll probably end with that. That's what I'll do. When I go off, I will turn that on when I go off. Turn that on. And those of you that want to participate, you can. If you want to just click off, well, you can do that too. That is up to you. I just think it's a great time to meditate. Like, right now I leave a lot of crystals outside to let them soak up this this moon energy, especially with the moon being in Aquarius. And when I get done with here, I'm going to go outside and find, because right now Saturn and the moon are together, and just like Jupiter and Mars are together. So is there how you ever want to use these energies, It's however you want to use these energies, because that's what they are. They're type of energies that definitely can be tapped into. And that's what a lot of this is. I mean, we are each our own little planet. We've got multiple planets inside of us. I mean, do y'all ever watch the movie where, you could turn into a small little pill and go inside the human body? And what did they show you every time? They showed you worlds. There's a cartoon version and there's an old 50s kind of version too. But what did they show you? They showed you worlds inside of a person. And so that's what there is. There's world. So we are the world. We are a world, and there's worlds inside of us, just like we're in this. And some say that, we're inside of a big female. We're inside of a female. That's what some people like. That's why it's glowing. Yeah, because the moon and Saturn are really close together. But you have to look up to your north. Saturn is going to be east of the moon. So if you look east of the moon, look at the moon and then look east of it, you can see Saturn. But if you look east of Saturn, more slightly northeast, then you can see Jupiter and Mars together. So And Jupiter and Mars, I think, is in Taurus. I can't look at the map because I'm using my phone. But Jupiter and Mars, I think, is in Taurus. So, however, those energies hit you. Mental transmutation is manipulation of energies in a molecular subatomic level. I mean, and that's, even, and that's why they had to name it. They name it the quantum. That's where the quantum comes from. They because, and what's good about them telling you about the quantum is you can reach that state. You can reach the state of quantum. I mean, you can take your consciousness. Think about what consciousness is. It's nothing but energy. And you can take that energy to make it big as you want it, or you can take it to make it small as you want it. And, I'm the only one I know at any level that talks about the quantum gardens. Ant-Man shows that. I don't know if a lot of people pick that up. Ant-Man is one of the few things that would show you the idea of the quantum gardens. That the quantum you can cultivate things in the quantum. That there's things being created at that subatomic level. And that not only that, and that we can operate in that level and find benefits from that. But a lot of people, what was it? Treble Funk had a song, "Let's Get Small. Let me take you higher. Let's get small. What you want to do? Let's get small." And that's what it is. It's taking your consciousness, smaller than an atom, smaller than electrons, protons, small as you can possibly take your consciousness. And I mean, if you're cool just taking your consciousness to atoms, protons, and want to stay in that world, that's a world too. It's like when you see a dead tree, like a woodpecker done killed it or something, think about if that tree is still standing, don't you know that the other trees are still feeding that dead tree because the roots are still alive? So other trees send energy to that tree. As I've told the story before, trees, the way they protect themselves, if a tree a mile away is getting attacked by a bug, it sends out a pheromone so the other trees, it starts sending messages through fungus in the root system that tells you, hey, this is coming. So the trees can start putting out scents and stuff that repels these bugs. So if that's not intelligent life, I don't know what intelligent life is. As I said before, this was tree world at one time. And not that long ago, this was pretty much tree world. Even with ancient men living in America, especially North America. It was one time tree world. And that's why I've told about my experience, evolving from the tree. Being a tree being. And living in a population of just coming from the trees, living in the trees. Talked about that before. David Moses Solomon, that's a great meditation. I went deep one time doing it, started hearing and seeing people living way underground. Wow. No, okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was seeing if I can find it, and I'll end like that. I'll end with the meditation. And those that want to cut off can cut off. I got to find it. And the sisters never said I couldn't use it. I would respect her if she got in touch with me and says, don't use it. I definitely wouldn't. But she has not. I don't have her number, and she probably don't have my number. So is this it? Let's see. I thought this was it. Huh. No, that's not it. That is not it. So I gotta find it. It's in here somewhere. But that's how deep you can take your consciousness. You can take your consciousness that deep. I mean, it's just like, and I've said this before, like all the times, like even if you go to church, you go to a mosque, you should have some type of protection with you. Because there's a lot of energies there, especially like Catholic churches. It's a lot. It's like, first of all, the music is like Dracula's up in there in the Catholic church. It's like you always looking like Dracula, but it's like you should have some type of spiritual protection as you go into something like that. And that's why I like meditating with other people. Only meditate with people you really trust and know. Like when they say that everybody's meditating in somewhere like Central Park of New York, that would be the worst things because there are energy vampires out there. And believe me, as strong as spiritual you think you are, there are people stronger. And they're waiting for you to open up because they can, congest this. They can, if you don't have any spiritual protection, you don't practice spiritual protection, you just be open. Like I was saying, I took that acid and boom, I blew this all open. I was just out there. But now when I go out there, I got all my protection. So things can't really come in like that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So I can just have it queued up and then I can go because I've been sitting down for a long time. So it had to be in here somewhere. Oh. Probably my last show because it had to be near. Let's see. Okay. Not here, not here. Moon. Let's see, not there, not there, not there. Gotta be right in here somewhere. Sorry, bear with me, bear with me. What little brother used to say, bear with me, bear with me. It's in here somewhere. I'll find it. Oh, I'll find it. Well, I can shop until I do find it. Oh. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. It's in here, but I'm not seeing it. And I know 6 months ago that I have done one. And I'm sorry I didn't have it queued up. But it's in here some oh, here it is, I think. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, yeah, this is it. So I have it queued up. And those that want to stay around, those of you that are watching on Facebook, you're going to have to go over to my YouTube channel if you want to participate in the meditation. It's like you should meditate every day because that's one way that you can work on your own personal spiritual belief and spiritual practice. And there's nothing wrong with praying, but the problem with praying is you've been taught to pray by something else. It's something else that said pray instead of just trying to open your third eye and taking it far as big as you want or as small as you want. So there's outside influences in praying, where when you open up your third eye, that is such a individualistic experience that no one can tell you really how to do it other than you just have to practice doing it. And so meditating is a start to doing it and control what you're doing and what you're experiencing. Because for a lot of people, it's hard to just close their mind. Because that's the biggest problem of meditating. What happens is when you close your mind, when you start to go into it, it's like these thoughts is coming in crazy because it wants to block you from getting into yourself. It wants to seriously block you from getting into that state, that higher state. So the thoughts. And that's why I always say, cancel that. And thoughts that are mine, that's a good thing I use is cancel that. And so really where you have a blank canvas, you get your thoughts into a blank canvas and you let the reality start coming in. And what you find out, you start seeing colors. You start seeing shapes. You start seeing fractals. And you start seeing the fractals that are your fractals of what your true self is. And what the fractals that come from your ancestors. That's what starts coming in. I've told the story before. One of my great-great-grandmothers, she came to me and I hugged her, and that whole side of the family just joined me in a big giant hug. It's like I got this just big energy of all of them because they know it took, what is it, 144,000 to get to me. So all that side of her family was like, we're glad you recognize us. And we're proud of what you're doing, being you, because you are part of us. That's the message. They were proud of me. So when I came to her, they all came to me too and showed me love because I recognize that side of my family. And that's what happens with ancestors. They get ignored. Ancestors get ignored. Like I talked about my son going up to Boston, the Colonel Shaw Memorial. My great great uncle is on there. And you know how many family members talk about going to see that, to give him energy, to think about him, to be proud that he was a hero and he was brave and courageous. He faced fear without any doubt. And he did give his life for this country. But do you know how powerful he is when you can connect to something like that? That you think about him? Because that's what happens is ancestors get ignored. That's why it's never negative to have an ancestral shrine. And you put out what they like. Like if you have pictures of, the ancestors that you did know and you know what they like. It's like up here, my statue of Hathor in them. I found out, what Hathor liked. So I put little things that she liked around her. I have this one, Starface. I have a little figure of him. I put around things that I think he would like. I attached a bunch of crystals to it. And I've told this story before because I was asking him, I'm like, because they call him the Great Pakal. And I was like, am I Pakal? And the pendulum said no. And then I have the ability to see shapes and faces in trees. I forget what that's called. I'd have to get my big book out. But he came back to me and said, don't give up because that's not what you want to be. It's more to it. This is a word they created about me. This is not about me. And so that's how the ancestors come, because the ancestors like that you talk about them, that you think about them, that you practice with them. Not just gawk, well, this guy was found there and, his thing looks like a spaceship. No, no, that's not how you want to celebrate. You want to be able to touch and work with these energies. And as I said, the same way with your ancestors. I've said this before. It's like my father's mother was very, very much a Pentecostal, a holy roller. But it was a Mother's Day a few years ago. Mother's Day 15, I think is exact. And I'm taking a shower. In my shower, I have crystals. I'm boxed in. Again, you don't want to circle yourself. I always put the crystals in a box formation. Circle is what the Europeans came up with. That's the way they can bind and control. No, we want the energy to flow. We're not trying to bind anything. And anyway, I'm in the shower just, meditating, because I always start my showers with a meditation. And as I was saying, the way when you get there, you'll see things come from a long way away at first. And the next thing I know, when it got this close to me, it was a black and white picture of my grandmother. On Mother's Day. On Mother's Day, she came to me because she knew I loved her. But, and that's some great energy. I appreciated her doing that, giving me that energy at that time, because she knew I loved her and I adored her. And so, this is the gratitude that you can give your ancestors. And you look at what they did and what they achieved. And to be thankful that they're part of you. Silence is the ultimate prayer, indeed. It's Jaguars. Okay. Jaguar God 6. Okay. Okay. Yeah, man, you still need to get together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Blue Marvel. We need to still get together. I just, I've got so much going on. I don't stay up late most nights. So, uh, and this is something that I don't really need to do. I've said so much. There's so much I left. I don't get stuck on current events. I make fun of sports and stuff because sports, I teach all day. Sports are fixed. And that's kind of my interest, but I don't mind coming on every now and then philosophizing, uh, sharing a little bit of the theories and the experiences I have. And again, I don't place myself above anyone. I am where I'm at, and that's cool. I never ask for money, and I'm thankful when people do. I don't ask for likes. I don't ask for shares because I don't, that's not that big a deal to me. There's no big YouTube chase for me. I don't need to be a YouTube star. Some of these bugs want to be, YouTube, Facebook stars. And there's a lot of Facebook stars. It cracks me up when I see these people from these small towns and they get a little attention. And every day they're trying to look like a model. And as I've said many times, when I go out to the Mall of America, it's 35,000 people there. If I go on the weekends, it's between 100 and 150,000. It's a city by itself. Now, when I went through Michigan, there's a lot of little cities. 2,000, 1,500, Cass, DeWall Jack, Paw Paw. These little tiny towns. Battle Creek only got 50,000 people. So I go out to the Mall of America and I can see these people. And so, it's like, honey, you ain't that fine. I can go out to the mall and see somebody look just like you in real life. But the other part is, it's a lot of thirsty people. It's a lot of lonely people. It's a lot of lames. Let's call it what it is, that really can't connect. Like on Plenty of Fish, they got an app, and the app was really kind of nice when I was using it, where you can live stream. But it was people giving these girls money, and they wasn't doing nothing but talking. And it was amazing. And it just shows you there's a lot of lonely people in the world. A lot of lonely people. And so I guess when they see some of these pictures of these people, they're all like, it makes them thirsty. And they want to give them the attention. Like, oh man, I've never seen anybody look like her. And that goes into when you talk about pimping, there's a difference between seeing a pretty woman and seeing a woman for the first time. Because you ever seen the dude that you ever seen the dude that falls in love every time he sees a new face? Yeah, dudes like that or women like that. Every time they see a new face, they fall in love. No, it's not that she's pretty. It's just you haven't seen her before. Pretty face could behind a pretty face could be a bad attitude. That's men or women. And so a lot of thirsty people out there, and a lot of lonely people too. A lot of lonely people. And a lot of people, this kind of thing is all they get. Because for one reason or another, they can't relate to other people in a real serious way. And again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty, and what makes true beauty? It's like when I met my wife and the first time she smiled, I fell madly in love with her just in that smile. Just the way she smiled and seeing that smile. We had talked before we met. And then for one reason or another, it didn't work out when we was talking on the phone. We didn't meet. But then when we met, the smile, I was hooked instantly. There are a lot of OGs dudes and street girls who are very lame. Yeah, exactly. I was in Houston, Texas last week, and oh my. Now, I'm not saying when I go out to the mall, well, I was out to the outlet, and you just see, it's like what's cool about this area is it's everything. Like what's interesting is a lot of Somalians kind of look alike, but when you see one that don't look like, and I mean, some of these girls are just really beautiful, And some of the Hmong women are really beautiful. Some of the Latino women around up here you see beautiful women. And even some of these Europeans, and as I was saying before, when I was in Myrtle Beach, you were seeing a lot of English-looking people. I mean, the really pointed nose. And you would see a couple that, both of them got pointed nose, but not related. And then you see their children both with a pointy nose. English, though. Where up here, we see a lot of Scandinavian Europeans. More Scandinavian, Viking-like Europeans up here. Pips observe and study women, not be thirsty or fantasize about them. Yeah, that's well. Let's see. Walter Walking says, I seen a lot of strippers do that. They just talk to some dude and don't even get naked or dance, and guys would give them money. Yeah, like on this app, I was telling you it's a live function of Plenty of Fish. I'm not on it anymore, but it was a live function that's connected to it. And dudes is just giving these chicks money. The chicks ain't doing nothing. And dudes is just giving them money, giving them attention. And it's like, okay. And then the everyday models is what kills me. It's like, I got to model a picture every day. I mean, that's low self-esteem. If you got to show a model picture every day, that's low self-esteem. Well, what outfit do I got to wear today? And, that's why when I dress up on Facebook and show them pictures of what I'm wearing, it's kind of a mocking. It's kind of a mocking of that kind of thing. But you know what he says? Every time I've seen, I've got to be clean. Yeah, so it is. It is. Live in Dallas, Texas, 3 hours from Houston. Ooh. And I tell you what, I got to go on another vacation. I got to, travel somewhere else as the wife wants to go somewhere else. We were supposed to drive out to Madison, Wisconsin, but it's 4 hours away to go see the Bear Mounds. And I probably should do it, but just that idea of 4-hour drive and, 4 hours back. And I know it goes quick, but I don't know. So if I'll tape if I go to see the Mounds. Oh, and some of y'all, I've got on some of y'all before. Some of y'all children already back in school. Y'all hate your children. You guys, y'all cut the summer short because some of these people went back to school August 1st. The children up here don't go to school until September. A lot of y'all out there, your children is in school already. They're celebrating, they're having parties. Back to school parties. The children are out the house. We're not like that here in Minnesota. They don't go back to school until after Labor Day. After Labor Day. No August going to school in this state. We love our children, so we're not trying to put them in there too fast. It comes fast enough. But some of y'all states, y'all make them children go to school in August. I don't understand, especially the hot states. Like down south is hotter than everywhere. Why are you putting your children in school when it's the hottest month of the year? Make that make sense. Well, it's 100 degrees out in Dallas today. Take your little ass to school. It'd be making them go out to recess and shit. Take your little ass out to 100-degree recess. Free attention. Shout out to author Alan Roger Curry, the master teacher of verbal seduction and erotic dirty talk. Oh. Well, what does he say on Ladies Man? Remember, he says this nice poem and he didn't want to be fired. And he talks about how beautiful it is. Like if you're with somebody you love, how beautiful. And then he turns around and says, and then get him in the rear. Remember, he says that and he gets fired. He says, do it in the butt. Do. It's like after a beautiful poem, that's how he ends it. It's just comedy. Well, I've got all I can say. I guess I'll give a little more. I mean, the best energy is your own energy and the energy that you create. I mean, that's the best experience, is the experience that you create every day. I mean, as I said before, is the moment is all we have. So you have to enjoy the moment. And we're taught in a society where we don't enjoy the moment. You know, the moment is not something we enjoy. We're thinking about the moments ahead, the moments that's coming, but the moment is all we have. All life is like bad decisions, good decisions are moments. And so make the most out of your moment. Enjoy the moment. And too often we don't enjoy it. Like, how often do you go through your life and you enjoy what you're doing? I mean, how often do you get to do that? That you're sitting there like the song says, I'm loving every minute of it. The Gnostics say, even when it's bad, it's good because it's life. That's why the man will sit in jail, give me life and let me go sit in that box. I'm still alive. That's how much they want to hold on to this. They like, you put me in the box for life, but at least I'm in the box alive. Yes. Your baby started last week. See, they done it. Well, Ohio 8 is hot. Ohio 8 is hot, but yeah, they don't. My daughter and my nephew don't start until, I think my daughter doesn't start until the 4th. Yeah, my daughter and my nephew, yeah, because he's in 7th grade, so he doesn't start that first day. So yeah, they both start on the 4th, I think. Yeah, the 4th up here. I think Moo comes from first and mental. What is it? I think Moo comes from first and mental is meant. So it's first mental, the right now. Yeah. Okay. Mint is mint. Okay. I think Moo comes from the first and mental is meant. So it's like the first mental, the right now. Oh, okay. I can feel that. The right now. You know, like what did George Clinton say? How did it go? Once upon a time called right now. That's how George Clinton puts it. Once upon a time called right now. And how does he put it in the song? I can make right now okay. And that's what it is. It's like, this is what I got. I'm going to make this okay. I am going to feel good in being me. As I've said many times, when you leave your house, you should feel like a Super Saiyan. So I was talking about, I have the citrine, you know, when I leave my house, I have some smoky quartz. You know, I want to leave this house fully charged. You know, I shouldn't even say this, but because I saw her feed the other day, but I'm going to give the witch a little credence. You know, again, you know, you should be in love or above. That doesn't mean I want to see your picture more, chick. Don't, because I'm quoting your stuff. Doesn't mean I want your picture. All right, let's get that clear. I don't need to see your picture popping up because I mentioned your work. Because that's what you tend to do is when I mention your work, you tend to pop up. But she's right. You know, you want to keep it up here. You want to keep your love this high. But thank you again, Blue Marvel. That is so nice of you. But you want to keep your love meter, your self meter, your love of self meter. You want to keep it up here. And you know, as you know, I've said before, I broke it down. It's like what happened is you woke up with your love up here. Your wife messes with you. Your children mess with you. You look at your bills come. And so, you know, it's things that can, before you even leave home, it's things that can drain the love from you before you even leave home. So by the time you go out in the world, you have no love to keep you going, to keep the energy flowing. You're drained before you even leave home. You are not you're the opposite of a Super Saiyan. Because you let all this stuff take the energy away from you before you even start your day. Instead of saying, okay, even though she nagging, she still love me or she wouldn't be nagging. Even though my children need something, they still love me, but they need something. So you add all that love. You add it all. Because you enjoy the moment of whatever it is. You try to figure it out. So when you step out your door, that love and that energy is way up here. And that's how you want to start your day. That's how you want to, before you get in your car, you walk out the door or walk in your garage, however you got it. That's how you want to be every time you walk out and face the world. You want to face the world with your strongest self, your best self. And that's what needs to be mastered right there. Master of your emotions, master of your own destiny. That's the goal. Is the best you needs to face this world every day. Not to beat up you, not to depress you, the best you. Every day you go out, the best you should face the world. Because you'll be vulnerable if it's not. And so, what did they say? What did Jamie Foxx say? You got to, blow that shit out. Take all that negative and it's like, nope. I'm Mr. Motherfucker. Or Mrs. Motherfucker, however you want to put it. Mr. or Mrs. But that's the best you. All right. Thank you all for coming. Whoever sees this in the future, thank you. Like right now, I am going to play the meditation. And so those of you that want to go along with it, go along with it. Those of you that want to con off, again, this has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. Those of you on Facebook, if anybody's watching, turn over to Big Pontiac if you want to participate in the meditation. But this is One Divineness. And as I've said before, if she ever doesn't want me to show these, I definitely will stop. But till we meet again, enjoy. Why am I not hearing her? Oh, I think this is it. Or maybe I'm not. Let's see. Why am I not hearing her? Huh. Why am I not getting the audio from her? Well, maybe I'm not. Let's see. I'm not getting any audio. Oh. Is that why? Nope. Well, maybe I'm not. I'm not getting any sound for some reason. Let's see. Why am I not hearing her? Well, maybe I'm not gonna show it tonight. Sorry, guys. For some reason, the audio's not coming in. Because I'm not hearing it on my end. I don't know. Are you guys hearing her? Because I'm definitely not hearing her. Yeah, there's nothing coming in. I'm not seeing it on the board. So, yeah, if I have to end it, I'm sorry. I'm not sure why I'm not getting this feed. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Let's see. Capture. Yeah, I haven't used this stuff in a minute, so for some reason it's not coming in. So I'm sorry. I am sorry. I don't know why it's not coming in. Here, that's on. Oh, well, y'all, please forgive me. Please forgive me. But, yeah, I'm going to have to figure this out. Can't figure out right now. Well, till we meet again.